Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Yo, 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 what's up, what's good, everybody? And this is the November 1st, 2020 episode of the Boxing Source Radio Show. I am your host, James Bell, the leader of the Boxing Source on social media. You could catch boxing articles and more on theboxingsource.net. And we are on social media through Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook through the Boxing Source. You can also follow us on Instagram through the Boxing Source. Just look up the Boxing Source and you could follow us there. We also are on Twitter at Boxing Source 2. And we do have a YouTube channel, The Boxing Source, which is currently broadcasting the simulcast of this particular podcast right now. Number to dial in is 347-237-5539. Once again, 347-237-5539. Press one key to get on queue and you'll be able to talk live on the show. We have a packed show that is on for us today. We have a guest that will come on here within the next few minutes to talk about a specific event that is in the state of Florida that will take place next week, part of a big weekend in the Tampa St. Pete area next week. So we'll be going through that and more. And then after that, we will be covering the multiple fight cards that did take place over the weekend, which included the main events of Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora, Inoue versus just Maloney, and we have Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. So we're going to be going through that, and then also pretty much on the overtime segment, we will talk about the comments that were made there by a former world champion. So that is going to be something that we will be going through. Hopefully, we get through all of this here within the next, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then have a little bit of an overtime session. So, like I said, it's a big weekend full of content. So we're gonna get right into it. Like I said, within the first segment, we'll be going through what is happening within next week, as we should have the annual event that is in the Tampa Bay area, which is the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. The induction weekend will be taking place from November 6th through November 8th at the Marriott Hotel in St. Petersburg. And we have like a boxing show that will be taking place there. That'll be on Friday night, hosted by TNK Boxing Promotions. So we'll be, talking about that here within a few minutes as well. But, among the inductees that we have in this year will be Jeff Lacey, Buster Mathis Jr., Jeff Sims. You're also going to have Glenn Wolfe, Bonnie Canino, also Alicia Castillo, part of it, and Robert Daniels, and many more. So we will have a lot of people in there. Just seeing here as we got calling here from the 646 area code that is coming on here live here. We're early as we're waiting on our guest. So 646, what's going on? What's good?
Of the ball squad. I know you're gonna get into that later, probably.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared to call in because I already know that you loaded up, and like Tank Davis said, ain't no safety on your Glocks. I already know you got the shot to fire at the bow of the former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. But what a night of boxing that we saw last night. Gervonta Tank Davis. Is he going to be the biggest superstar in the sport of boxing?
Well, he did have a highlight reel knockout that will be, promoted throughout the course of this week. And, like I've been saying for already. All right. Already.
It's the number one trending topic. It's the number one trending topic on Twitter. It was number one on Google Trends. The video was number one on YouTube. Tank Davis post-fight press conference is number 2 on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Adrian Broner breaking down Tank versus Cruz was number 11 on YouTube. This seems like this seems like a big deal, a really big deal.
Yeah, and you gotta keep on that momentum. So hopefully this builds into much more for Tank Davis. I really was kind of happy about how he handled the immediate reaction to the fight. What he talked about in reference to Leo Santa Cruz and things like that. But you're going to have folks on the positive side and folks on the negative side. Yes, I did, kind of like predict this would be a KO victory, a TKO victory for Gervonta Tank Davis. But for the time that the fight did happen, it was a very competitive fight, which I think people should have expected, because the thing with Leo Santa Cruz is he's going to be active with his hands all the way through, no matter who he fights. And it's not like, Tank Davis is someone that's a completely fast starter, but he's someone that measures his opponents. So once his opponent throws, he's going to throw right back. And, that's what he basically did. He kind of seen that Leo Santa Cruz was open to that left uppercut. So he was looking for that for the majority of the fight, starting from, I would say, midway through the second or third round on. And was just, mixing things up as far as like throwing power shots, throwing shots to the body, and then just setting up for that money shot with the uppercut. And that's what it was. And, there's some critics out there that were talking about, but Tank Davis was getting hit a lot, and Leo Santa Cruz was busting him up. Well, the thing about it is that, for me, Tank Davis isn't someone that, I would say is of course, a defensive wizard. You know what I mean? But that's something that he's going to be working on in the next, few fights. But as long as he feels like he could take a few punches in order to throw some, then that's what he's going to do for the time being. And if he didn't do that, I feel like he wouldn't have got the highlight reel knockout that he did.
Yeah. I know you predicted, KO victory, but there's no way you predicted Leo that attempt a hell like that. That was so just shocking and unexpected. Like, he was out cold.
Yeah, buddy.
That was Deontay Wilder like. That was Mike Tyson like. That was, think of whoever the biggest punches you've ever seen.
I could be a Bucci. No,
that was.
No, but I mean, they're saying this guy is like a mini Tyson, and Tyson himself is like, man, I respect you, man. You got all the tools
Yeah.
and everything, and I think you're gonna be great, you know.
Now,
So
let me ask you a question. As a journalist, because that's what you are. You are a journalist.
a broadcast journalist like Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Exactly. But do you feel an obligation to bring up domestic violence past?
No, because I really haven't done that when talking about Tank Davis.
Okay. Because I know it was a big debate last night. Oh, why aren't they covering this? But here's the thing. I feel like we only pick and choose when we cover these things.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, either you're going to compartmentalize and separate the fighter from the person, or you're going to cover it all. And I feel like we never get that consistency within the boxing media.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it's not like we bring up the things with you don't see people bringing up the whole thing with Kovalev or something like that, but they have no problems bringing up Tank Davis or something like that. So, I mean, Kovalev's supposed to be isn't Kovalev supposed to be in jail by now?
Yeah. Well, he's
Yeah.
Both criminally and civilly. He's selling both cases. So,
he got a plea deal.
Yeah, he got a plea deal.
He must know some of the things that went on and he snitched. No.
I mean, he broke the woman. He exploded her face and kissed her dog. It's very weird. But my whole thing is with Tank. I just hope that he grows from the situation. Obviously, you hope something like that never happens again. To me, you wish it would have never happened in the first place because you just see the potential and you saw the maturity of Tank Davis throughout the entire build-up of the fight. Mm-hmm. And then you saw the maturity after the fight, the post-fight interview where he's, giving a shout-out to Jose Santa Cruz Leo's dad because he survived cancer and survived COVID. And you're the real champion tonight. Stuff like that. That's what we need to see from our fighters. And I think yesterday was a perfect night of boxing.
Yeah, I mean, you had, like you said, with this highlight reel knockout, there was either knockouts or stoppages in every single fight on that pay-per-view. Just capping that off with that highlight reel knockout, like you said, is trending on social media. So, I mean, that is something that, we definitely want to build on, at least for Tank Davis, as he, stays undefeated and is a, two-weight world champion simultaneously. So, that's something that I wanted to, bring up as far as like, having that super featherweight and lightweight title defense there in this particular bout, as Leo Santa Cruz was attempting to make history, and if he was able to get the win. I just felt like he was there, he was competitive, he used his reach and his punch activity, punch output to get to Tank Davis. And as long as he was trying to keep the range from him and Tank, that he was going to have a little bit of success. And we kind of like saw that from, the second round on. I thought that, for like those first 5 rounds, you could say it was 3 rounds to 2,
No, the first round, Tank Davis goes down. Was that something that should have been counted as a knockdown, or you thought that the referee made the right call?
I thought it was a slip.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a slip when I was looking at it.
I'll be honest with you.
I mean, you saw like both of them were throwing shots. It was just that I don't know if like anything landed from Leo Santa Cruz that would like make it be constituted as a knockdown.
So here's my thing, right? And we've seen it with Manny Pacquiao many times. When he does the thing where he's like almost running towards you, punching.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, if the punches land, I don't care if you let me get tangled and you're not hurt. A knockdown to me is a knockdown. I hit you with a punch. You went backwards. Yeah, we got tangled, but I was still punching in that moment. And you got knocked down because while I was punching you, you were trying to move backwards, and your feet were too small. So I think it should have been a knockdown.
Hey, I mean, you could count it as a knockdown. It's just that I don't know like how that would have reflected as far as like how the pace of the fight or the momentum would have went there in that particular case. Also, during this particular fight, you had two instances there with Tank Davis. One, where he, was in a clinch and then ended up throwing Leo Santa Cruz down to the canvas. And, yeah. And the other thing was as far as like doing all of those clinches. That too. He definitely was doing it.
They're too clean. They want to fight too clean. Listen, if you do something I feel is dirty, I'm getting you right back.
Yeah, I'm getting you right back.
Listen, we're here to fight.
Yeah, this is a fight. This isn't no ballerina show. This isn't. This isn't no dance recital. I'm here to hurt you, bruh.
As soon as you do that, it's like, you back to that. So you call that, you go forward. And that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yep. Yeah, that was my thing, man. It's like you gotta be able to get right back at these, get right back at them if they gonna, hit you in the back of the head. Hey, if the ref ain't gonna call it, all right, cool. And I'm gonna do something right back to him. Be like, listen, if the ref ain't gonna make you stop, I'm gonna make you stop.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that, and then they had the thing with this low blow. I just think that was like, on the side a little bit, could have been borderline, but anything. You were like, oh, you want to take some time, Leo Santa Cruz? You want to do that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right.
But you saw it.
Yep.
Yep. Like 30 something body shots. I didn't look at the contact with it. I felt like I saw it was like 30 something body shots. He was really trying to land to the body. He was taking a few blows to the head.
Yeah.
A couple straight right to the
head.
To the body.
Against the body. Yep.
In the end, it worked because that body worked. Was able to drop his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And shooting right.
Pow!
So it worked, I think the technique and boxing IQ of Tank, very, very underrated because he has power, so you focus on the knockouts. But if you looked at his footwork, if you looked at how he set up his shots, I feel like Tank was spectacular offensively. And he wasn't as bad defensively as people made it out to seem. I know he got hit some, but Leo Santa Cruz the volume puncher. If someone's throwing 200, 300 punches, they're going to get hit some. But to me, it looked like Tank was slipping a lot of those punches.
He was slipping a few, but I thought he was blocking a lot. Much more than, people would probably think. Because he had his guard up, so that was my thing, was that either he was going to use his guard or he was going to kind of like slip and then come back with a counter shot. So he just used his guard up to get closer. And then once it was within range, then he started throwing his shots. So I think that was his, overall plan there for him to get to Leo Santa Cruz over the course of that fight.
Now, what were your thoughts on the aftermath surrounding the fight? You saw the embrace between him and Floyd Mayweather. You saw they had a nice warm-hearted moment, after the fight. I was surprised. You saw Floyd hyping up the whole crowd. Knockout. that Ryan Garcia got involved.
Yeah.
LeBron James got involved. Magic Johnson after they were a lawyer. Terrence Crawford. Emerald Spence had a lot of the night. He said he got his ass down. That was something else though, man. But it seemed like everybody was tuned in and everybody was excited about what they saw and what we could potentially see for Tank in the future.
Well, I mean, hopefully that is, what they can build on, from a business perspective, like I was saying, leading into the fight, that, Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather are, kind of like invest in Tank Davis to be, the guy, to be the next guy up. And so, he's the one that they feel like has the potential to kind of like build to be successful, from a financial perspective in the boxing ring. And so I think with him getting this type of attention through social media, that was, that's pretty good. One thing that, I kind of like seen from, who made those comments, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has kind of like said that he's kind of like in the family of these young guys that say, we're different. Like they're saying we're different. We're coming from the amateurs, and everyone that's been around that, around that area from the amateurs is like saying, we want to have these type of fights sooner rather than later. So he's like, giving props to, a Tank Davis or, a Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney or something like that, because they feel like, we feel like this is our time now. We don't want to wait, 4 or 5, years or longer. We want to have it now, So, something from him, I kind of like feel like that's part of the camaraderie that, they have, whether, it's a friendly rivalry or not. They just want to have those type of fights happening ASAP.
Yeah. If you think about it, well, it's a big thing right now. I wasn't going to say a top 4, but if you think about it, it's really a big 3 because your boy, Mr. Haney, he's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, he is.
I'm looking at Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the big 3 in the 135-pound range. Davis is campaigning in 2 divisions. They have to fight each other. And I said to Ryan Garcia, because, I like to bother people on social media, you got to have Tank versus Ryan Garcia. Cinco de Mayweather, 2021, baby. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it. That to me, that's the logical step for both guys, because Tank showed and proved in his fight against Leo. I think Ryan Garcia is going to smoke.
Yeah, he's going
to. And the buzz is going to be so palpable, you're going to have to make that fight.
And the thing is, I would make that fight too, and even though that would still leave out one particular fighter, even though both of those guys have had rivalries in the amateurs, and that's Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. But they were trying to see if they could make that fight. But here's the thing: Devin Haney just messed himself up, in a sense. So, yep.
If he would have put that fight, he would have been in the competition. He would have been in the mix. He would have had the fight.
Yeah.
But no, you want to play games, Bill Haney. Talk about Bone and Dirt and them. These thoroughbred dudes from the DC area. You want to talk about these guys? You should have made the deal to fight Gary Russell. Instead, you're going to fight Gamboa next week. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that fight. And now you're on the outside looking in when you have Lopez, Garcia, and Tank Davis.
Yeah,
the only
really
thing that he could do is fight Teofimo next. How about that?
Nah, I don't even think that's going to happen.
Tank. You got Garcia versus Tank and Lopez versus Haney. I think that's the only thing that could salvage this for Devin Haney.
But I don't even think that's going to happen, because I feel like Teofimo Lopez is going to move up, actually. I know that like we got to see what happens with this father and son combo of Senior and Junior, because Senior said, immediately after the fight against Lomachenko, he's like, I think it's time for him to move up. But on the flip side, Lopez Jr. said, he's building his own, gym by his house, and he wants to see if he could stay within weight or whatever it is, so that he could probably have a couple more fights there at 135, because that's where the most money is going to be at. That's where it's at. There's no point in moving up to 140 unless if you're willing to wait another 6 to 8 months plus for those other guys at 135 to move up to 140 anyway. So like why not have it at 135? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Tank Davis can't move up to 140. Not at 5'5".
He might be smaller than 5'5".
He might be 5'4".
Yeah, Tank is a little dude, man. Everybody talking about, Tank, he's fighting a featherweight. I'm like, Tank is a little dude.
He's a little dude, man.
Just because he was out of shape doesn't mean he deserves to be, that he's supposed to be in a highway practice. That just means that he needs to get his ass a nutritional coach and get a strength and conditioning coach and keep his weight on.
Yep.
Because come on, he's going to be fighting these monsters at 140, not like 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10". Like, come on, man. Like Ryan Garcia is 5'10", man. Yeah, man. It's not a good, not a good thing there, at all for him. But you also had someone else that was out there talking about the fight, and he, had himself. He, was out on social media, made his appearance there after a while of being on the social media. And you know who it is. It's the man, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. So let me see if I can run this clip, see how this works. Yeah.
I'm back, y'all. I ain't been on this show in a minute, man. There's been a lot going on, personal issues with Pops and everything else. But I had to come on this jump after the fight last night. Tank, show. I want you so motherfucking bad. Floyd was scared before the 6th round. I'm letting everybody know this shit now. That Leo was actually doing it. Leo had a good little game plan. He just couldn't stick to it. He's not defensively sound. Leo's not defensively sound, so he's able to get hit with wide ass, loading up ass shots like that. I'm a real dog, now. When I was watching that fight, all I was doing was licking my motherfucking chops. All I was doing was licking my chops. Hopefully after this motherfucking fight, Floyd broke some nuts and say, you know what, fuck it, we'll fight Gary. We'll fight him. Because I don't want nobody else but you. Fucking Leo. Yeah, I bet Floyd did tell him to wait. Floyd had to tell him to wait. They better do something. Because I'm still on his ass. Everybody doing this talking. Talking about somebody. Ain't nobody done no motherfucking never hang. They think the bullshit as contract or term sheet that ain't make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? And they already was agreeing to a date that they already was locked in on. They was already in training camp for that date. That's how that shit worked. But Tank, that shit had me licking my motherfucking chops last night, Slim. Leo was definitely in your ass. You was natted all up. You was getting natted up. You pulled that out your ass for real. You pulled that out your ass, my nigga. I want you. I want you so bad, shorty. I will beat the brakes off your little ass. Please, y'all, put the press on Floyd and them and tell them niggas, man, to make this fight happen. Because they acting like some suckers, man. Yeah, it's crazy how ironic two suckers fighting on Halloween. Ass niggas. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Y'all need to pay attention to what they trying to do to me, huh? I'm one of the most feared fighters in the sport of boxing right now. And all the people who's supposed to be something, all the people who's supposed to be nice and this, that, and the third, All these suck ass niggas scared to fight. I want Tank. I've been wanting Tank. Tank been a sucker to me. Just because the nigga supposed to hit hard, you think that's supposed to do something? You need more than that shit in this jump, son. You need more than just some hard punches. You need more than just hard punches, Tank. That shit had me licking my motherfucking chops. Yeah. Man, stop this shit. You thought that's supposed to scare somebody off? Nobody give a fuck about you beating up on no fucking Leo. I was trying to beat your ass and Leo ass for the longest. So this ain't nothing new. Come on, man. Stop this shit. Man, I just want to come out going to this dome, man. This shit has been crazy. I've been going through a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? I've been going through a roller coaster with the family. Pop's been in and out the hospital. That's why I had to take my hat off to Leo, you know, and his father. I still take my hat off to Leo, you know what I'm saying, his father. Leo had a good game plan. He's just not technically sound. You know, Leo got a lot of holes in his game. I'm one of the fighters that don't got that many holes in my game. You know what I'm saying? I don't got that many holes in my game. I don't got no motherfucking holes. I don't got no kinks in my arm.
Yeah.
I'm a real dog. Oh, talking no bite. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, man, tell these dudes, man, make something happen, man. That shit crazy. Tank, you was a sucker, boy. You better hold on to that one. You better hold on to that one, because I know y'all gonna try to stay away from it. That shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
Man, when y'all want to see some real fights, like that wasn't no real fight. Leo did the best that he could possibly do. You know what I'm saying? Tank threw a lucky shot in quarter. He was throwing the same shot all motherfucking night, and Leo just don't have the defensive discipline to be able to stop that shit, man. I'm gonna send that shit at Tank. Fuck all that trying to box and all that. Niggas think somebody gonna run from Tank. I'm gonna send this pressure show. I want all the smoke.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yo, I did go on Twitter and I called out Leonard Ellaby and I said, hey, look, let's make this fight happen 2021. Let's make it shake, bruh. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, good props to Leo. But he ain't technically sound. I'm a dog. I'm going after you, sucker. I'm going after you, Slim. I'm going after you, Slim. Yeah. Nah, put that joint at, well, yeah, put that joint at the Verizon Center. Open the books up at William Hill, right there in the same damn arena. Let's make this shit happen, bro. Let's make it happen. That's the fight. I don't care what nobody say. That's the fight. You listen. You got somebody. Yeah, you got somebody there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Tank is like at 5'5", bro. Like you talk about, like you said, you don't even think he's 5'5". So why not? Let's make that fight happen, buddy. You know? Yeah. I'm like, if there's any fight that can be made that has that type of momentum, I think that's the one. That's definitely the one. Yeah, have Teofimo, you know what I'm saying, fight he can fight Ryan Garcia.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I know. We gotta have the whole Oscar versus Floyd rivalry again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, that's definitely a million pay-per-views, man. Dang. And it wasn't because he was going after Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
No.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was funny, man. That was just funny way, what he was doing out there, man. But yeah, that's why I say, man, y'all gotta, y'all gotta put this thing up for the peoples, man. I think I'm telling you, the whole DMV would come out and show up and show out, man. Now, if the whole DMV does show out, you might need to have the DC police, the Prince George's County Police, Montgomery County Police, Baltimore City. Yeah. Yeah, that would probably work. Yeah. Or take it to Atlanta. You probably still would need the police. Oh man. Yeah, this is crazy, man. But yeah, I'm just, glad that, all of this, kind of went, well, as far as like the overall event is concerned. Like I said, you had that highlight reel knockout there. And of course, you had Regis Prograis running through Juan Heraldez. He pretty much like landed every left hand that he threw on Heraldez. And then Cowboy Carl. Poor guy, man. I'm sorry that who is it? I think Ryan Carl's wife is like following the Twitter page, but poor guy. Yeah, it did. He did, man. Yeah, he did. Nah, he just felt like a sack of potatoes, man. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean,
this stuff right now.
Yeah, but you seen like how much it came out when he was walking to the doctor, and the doctor looked at him. He was like, "Okay, he's ready to continue for one more minute." What?
This is why boxing is a dirty game to stop. The only reason why they did that is because they weren't sure on the scorecards. And if they ended on an accidental headbutt, you have to go to the card.
Go to the cards, yeah. They
don't want it to not go Barrios to play. So as soon as Barrios touched him, they waved it off. Now, the accidental headbutt, let's wait the final knockout victory.
Yeah. Yo, but before that though, Brian Carl got caught with a good shot. Yo, it almost knocked the spit off of yo. I'm sorry, he saw the spit coming out his mouth when he was going down. Yo, I was like, oh no, oh no. Yeah, it was. Oh God. Yeah, that was horrible. Yes, he was. Hey, I picked him. To get and at least get a decision off that. But man, he got cracked. He got cracked and blitzed worse than Teofimo got him, man. I was like, dang. Yeah. Yeah, like he's like, what's happening here? Like, jeez. Yeah.
He was soft like a DC sniper hitter.
Yeah. Like, it's like, wait, what happened here? Yeah, man. He got, dang, man. How you get sent straight to hell twice, man? How you get, yo, shout out, man. 205 area code calling in, man. What's happening? What's good?
But sometimes people annoy people, man. And like, it ain't good. What I do know, if he fought a real fucking person, the same way with no, the name. I mean, the little smaller weight is better than I do, but
no, he don't. He don't care about anybody. He don't care about anybody below 147. Come on. Except for Rigo and a couple people at 135.
Rigo too big for him.
No, they both at 118.
Well, goddamn it, fight Rigo then.
Yeah, come on, man. We're talking about Naira in a way that's part of Top Rank. Now, you think that Bob Arum is going to have Rigo fight Naira in a way after what Rigo did to Donaire? He cracked his jaw. He closed his other eye.
Even yesterday when I watched the plan, I'm like, I'm supposed to shit.
Oh God.
Were you?
Yeah, I was very impressed. What impressed me was defensively, he was a lot more sound than he usually is. And also, offensively, he really, his punch selection was excellent. He mixed up his punches. And I think that what you saw yesterday was just Maloney being a very tough Australian guy. Because there was 4 or 5 times where I thought India got hurt. And he was able to persevere and fight through until he just couldn't do it no more. I thought Inoue actually put on probably the best performance of the night. So yeah, Inoue will be moving up in my pound for pound. Now, if you want to talk about Alexander Usyk,
oh man,
he's moving down.
Yeah. And you know what's real bad about this, right? I just got off a couple of conversations where everybody was talking about, Alexander Usyk, he's gonna fight this guy different. He's gonna fight this other guy different. Oh, he's gonna really compete against Anthony Joshua. I'm like, okay, when you leave your left hand that low, you're asking for it.
And then being so high, that's gonna be some trouble.
I could think of a few heavyweights that'll work Usyk over.
Man,
I'm thinking about Andy Ruiz.
Oh, Andy Ruiz would overwhelm him. He would overwhelm him.
It's true.
But everybody knows how to sell you.
Yeah.
See, and some people were talking about they wanted to bring up when Usyk, defeated Gasayev, and that Gasayev was a type of pressure fighter. I'm like, first of all, Gasayev had Fable Sanchez as his trainer. So of course he is going to fight stupid against Alexander Usyk. So don't y'all shouldn't even try to compare Gasayev and Usyk's fight with Gasayev in comparison to Usyk against these other heavyweights. Also, you can't. I was like, also, you can't bring up the fights that Usyk had in the World Series of boxing against those other heavyweights. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, it was Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce, yeah. I'm like, nah, man. Like, and I told folks, I was like, you know what would be a fairly good barometer for Usyk, even though he is supposedly the WBO mandatory. Usyk should go up against the winner of December between Junior Fa and Joseph Parker.
And that's why this size heavyweight, because everybody else, the super heavyweight, if he does win, he gonna have some hell to pay in him trying to win those fights.
I'll be honest with you. I think Usyk should go straight after Joshua because Usyk is going to get picked off if he holds off on his Joshua fight. I don't see him doing too well at heavyweight. Listen,
Yeah.
I had one of our boys tell me, if these cruiserweights were going to be such great heavyweights, they'll be fighting at heavyweight for the cruiserweight. Because heavyweight is where the money's at.
Right.
So if they were fighting at cruiserweight for a reason, you know, and Usyk is already almost 34. He's going to be 34 in January. Okay? He's often injured.
Yep.
You know, he basically is active for the last 2 years if you really want to think about it.
That's right.
Even the competition that he fought Chad Witherspoon, Tony Bellew, and Murat Gassiev. A total of 2 wins they have in the last 2 years. Those 3 guys. Okay? So let's not act like Usyk is some spring chicken fighting all this competition. He got to get that title shot now. He got to push for it because that's going to be his only way to cash out.
Yeah, that's the only thing from a financial perspective. That's all he has because, I mean, if you like go over, some of these rankings, like you said, he does have that, WBO mandatory. He is ranked in number 2 in the WBC and in the WBA. So it's like, what else is out there for him? You know what I mean? Like you said, who was it? You said like an Andy Ruiz. Like what would he do against an Adam Kaunaki, man? So, yeah, too busy, So he would have to throw something in. He would have to throw something back in order for those guys to respect him. And I just don't see that here from Alexander Usyk. It's not like he's like a like an Evander Holyfield, whether Evander Holyfield had the natural strength or not. But yeah, still Evander Holyfield. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That was Evan Fields. Remember, folks, that was Evan Fields. All right, just look him up. Evan Fields that had all of those issues. Okay, so there you go. But with Alexander Usyk, to me in that fight with Derek Chisora, like Derek Chisora just used all of his energy in the first 2 or 3 rounds, and Usyk couldn't pick Chisora apart. Like he should have been able to pick Chisora apart and had it to the point where Chisora wouldn't get up from his stool after like round 6 or 7. But nope. That wasn't it. Like he just, took whatever was there, threw a couple of punches here and there, blocked a few shots, blocked those right hands that you can see from a mile away, and got through with the decision, man. Oh my goodness, bro. But yeah, but as far as like cashing out, isn't his manager Climax too? Yep, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Who? That's the promoter. But Climax is his manager, man. I was like, yeah. Well, Climax is the guy that has all of the, the Ukrainian guys, like the Lomachenkos and, Usyk and that type of thing. So right now, with Lomachenko being basically irrelevant, now all he has left is like Alexander Usyk. So of course they want to see Usyk have this fight against Anthony Joshua next year, so that at least at least Climax gets that big money from that particular fight.
I just think Usyk needs to cash out now because I wasn't too impressed with him. I was very impressed with Chisora, even though Chisora was winded after the fourth round.
Yeah.
Any other heavyweight would have got him out of there at that point. And Usyk, you know how I am, man. When people, I feel like they don't belong in the ring with you, you gotta get them out of there. And Usyk did not do that. Even when he had this guy fucking win, he still couldn't do it.
Yep, you had one instance where Usyk threw a 1-2 that hit Chisora right in the face, and Chisora took a step back and he just had a deep breath. And I was like, man. One thing too.
Did y'all see how Usyk responded when he got hit in the body? Usyk himself in the body.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so hoping Chisora only focus his attack on the body. He got hit a little bit more. But I think he would have had a different outcome. At least a more outcome.
Yeah, it's not a heavyweight. Nope. That's the thing. That's the thing about moving up too, because a lot of those guys that everybody out there was trying to praise, like Lomachenko and Usyk, be like, oh, they got this, they got that, they got great footwork. I'm like, okay, watch what happens when they move up and see if they still have that footwork. No, they don't. So that leaves him open to a whole lot more shots there, buddy. And at heavyweight, that's the thing with Usyk. And you were talking about those injuries that he was having. Hey, it's a whole different animal when you're trying to get used to being over 200 pounds. So yeah, like you said, Alexander Usyk is no spring chicken there, 33 years old, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, so that's gonna be something here for him to kind of look at, because after that fight with Joshua, that might be it if you think about it. Because what else is he gonna do at heavyweight? So that's why I was like, okay, yeah, y'all want him to go ahead and fight Joshua, but after that performance, you really want to have Alexander Usyk fight Anthony Joshua at that particular instance? I don't know. What was the other thing there? That co-feature bout, man, freaking Cambosis, he disappointed me, man. He was out there all confident and things like that. And to me, he lost that fight. He lost that fight to Lee Selby. Huh? Yeah. For me, I felt like Lee Selby just was consistent with his attack and consistent with the pace throughout the fight. I thought the jab kind of told the tale about the whole fight. Selby was consistent with that jab, and Cambosis was like, okay, get hit with a jab, get hit with a jab, get hit with a jab. I'll throw 2 punches later on. Get hit with the jab, get hit with the jab some more. I didn't see anything that had Lee Selby be reluctant to throw that jab over the course of the fight.
Yeah.
Like no head movement from Kambosos, and then coming back with the left hand or right hand counter and says, "Oh, okay, you want to throw that jab? All right, cool. Throw that jab." Bow. Did not see that from Kambosos. But apparently, this Yuri Kopstev felt like Kambosos won 10 out of those 12 rounds. I'm like, come on, man.
Could have went either way. Honestly,
yeah. And Kambosos is, if he goes ahead and he tries to fight Teofimo Lopez, he's gonna get cracked.
Yeah, I probably would have been more if they would have had Teofimo fight both of them in one night yesterday.
Yeah, that probably would have happened the way that both of those guys looked in that fight, because I wasn't impressed with either one of them. I'm not really all too sold about LB anyway. If you have a back and forth fight with Josh Warrington, that ends up being a split decision, and I mean that is what that is. It's kind of and that's kind of funny though. Like he had to move up from featherweight to lightweight. Like, come on, man. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Like 20 wins and only knockouts.
Yeah.
That's crazy there. So, yeah, both of those guys, yeah, they'll be pretty much served up for it. What else is out there? Like I said, you had the that co-featured bout for that Tank Davis, Lil Santa Cruz. Too bad for Cowboy Carl, man. And even after that fight, he was talking all the way on the walk back to the locker room. He's like, yeah. You did great, right? Yeah, thank you. I was like, geez, man. I was thinking like any second now you're gonna like drop to the ground, bro. Like you lost a whole lot of blood off that headbutt, man. My goodness. Yeah, that was just something there. But Mike, you on now. You can talk about this Tank Davis Lil Santa Cruz fight, man. What you thought about that uppercut? That's it. Lil Santa Cruz, the hell.
I don't know. I think I would have been interested. Like I saw the scorecard, but I would have been interested to see how the fight would have continued to go. I think that Gervonta Davis made a great adjustment in what he did. So from what I saw, Lil Santa Cruz was controlling Gervonta Davis. When Gervonta Davis would kind of his front foot and start to try to, go with the attack. He would attack Gervonta Davis while Gervonta Davis was on the front foot. And so that's when he was landing those shots where he was throwing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, doing all that stuff and was pretty much just hitting Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis made a great adjustment to where instead of him being on his front foot, he started fighting off his back foot. So he started being off his back foot, putting up the high guards and just pretty much walking it down. The one thing I don't agree with is that he didn't really jab when he was doing that, so he still was getting hit. But to Gervonta Davis's credit, he, stayed on the back foot, put up the high guard, walked him down, and started, landing hooks and things like that, in between the shots. But to my knowledge, he was, if we go off of like activity from what I saw looking at it the first time, I want to say it again though. But I would have stayed with him being on the back foot and just kind of eating shots or blocking shots and just throwing in between. I feel like he was losing them exchanges. One thing I think that he did do great was he went away from the uppercut. He stopped throwing the uppercut, as much, and then he changed his stance because he got in the right hand stance when he that last uppercut wasn't him being in the left hand stance. He dodged the right hand. He dodged the right hand from the right hand stance, and then once he dodged the right hand, he kind of like ducked down and then came under, with the uppercut, which was out of a different stance. We showed him a different look, but that look was predicated off of him, with the high guard being on his back foot. So I think he made the right adjustment, and then with that right adjustment, he landed that big shot, and what's his name didn't see it, and it was just over with. I think people giving Santa Cruz a lot of credit, which he deserves credit. I mean, he made the fight interesting, but yeah, I think Davis would be more effective if he jabbed, but yeah, man. I think it would be interesting to see a fight with him and Teofimo Lopez. It'd be interesting to see even though Ryan Garcia, I know he would lose, at least I do know Ryan Garcia can throw hooks and stuff back, and I think Ryan Garcia could hurt him. I think Ryan Garcia could hurt any of them guys, but will he get a chance to? Probably not, because I think they'll hurt him before he get an opportunity to hurt them. But Tank Davis made great adjustments.
Wait, did you say Ryan Garcia would lose?
I say he would lose, yes, but I'm saying I think he would lose because they would hurt him before he hurt them. He can hurt them.
I don't know about that.
You think he would hit them before they hit him?
Ryan Garcia is probably the fastest motherfucker in boxing right now.
Is this like propaganda or are you like serious?
What do you mean? Who got faster hands than Ryan Garcia?
What's the dude they said yesterday? They said it's the one of the simulcast. I don't know. I kept up with it. I actually he got fast one.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia, he's fast and he's powerful with it. Joe Usyk was saying that Ryan Garcia has one of the best left hooks of all time. He didn't say of right now, today, of there. He said of all time.
Man.
Garcia has one of the best left hooks you've ever seen in boxing.
Is that all time? Come on now.
He's of all time.
Yeah, no, but he's kind of up there in the age department, so he should know a few guys that have had good left hooks.
Come on, he's still out here doing TV telecast. Come on,
Listen, I gotta go at it on everybody. Just like what Adrian Broder said, anybody can get it. I'm the can man. Anybody can get it. Fuck you, fuck boxing, brother. Adrian Broder to Radio Raheem. Hey, wait. So you heard it or you heard it drop? Hey, Mike, I'll send you the videos, man. I'll send you the videos. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Like a fan reference of
You're not a fan of AD?
I've been to like 3 Adrian Broner fights. However, Adrian Broner, I expect a little bit more from Adrian Broner. That's all I want to say.
Did you let his hands go?
Let what now?
Did you let his hands go?
Yeah, I expect him to let his hands go. I expect him to fight how he did when he was coming up. When I was like, this guy's gonna be something. I expect him to fight how he did in the Maidana fight, because at least in the Maidana fight, in a losing effort, he never stopped trying to truly win that fight. People can say whatever they want to say. But what I'm saying though, he never stopped trying to win the fight. He kept trying to win the fight. Yes, he was losing, but what I'm saying is, if the fight would have been one more round, I think he would have got the better of it.
Yeah, maybe. But here's the thing about Adrian Broner. Whenever he thinks he's winning the fight, he gets complacent and he doesn't want to throw punches. The fact that he got knocked down, he knew that he was probably losing, and that's what made him let his hands go. The only way to get Adrian Broner let his hands go is to bring him in a war when he thinks he's losing. Yeah. And who can do that? Because he's so solid defensively that you never hit him square that he thinks he's really fat. He thinks he can win around without throwing a punch. You know? So,
I would agree with you, Matt. If you were talking about current Adrian Broner. But young Adrian Broner threw his hands a lot more. Like coming up, Adrian Broner threw his hands a lot more than he did now. Now he had like his shell shock. He had like his shell shock getting hit, shots coming back.
I just think his cardio's not there, but he don't want to. Yeah, he don't want to waste no punches.
I guess he needs to have Marcos Maidana come back, and then they have that rematch. Hey,
I think he's gonna win this one.
I want to see Broner versus Prograis.
Yeah, I do too, man. I think Prograis should have really pushed on saying that he wants to fight Adrian Broner. He was talking about having a rematch with Josh Taylor. Nah, man, we want to see you against Adrian Broner.
And we know the rematch with Josh Taylor not happening, so why even talk about it?
Yeah,
I hate when fighters do this. Don't mention people that you know there's no chance of that happening.
Yep.
You know, mention people that they're like, he should have bet off saying he want to fight Barrios. You know,
right?
That looks like a fight they're trying to set up.
Yeah, they're trying to set that up. Yeah.
He should have moved up to fight Hunter. Maurice Hunter roasted his ass and wait. He should move up to fight Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, and we all know what Bomac said about that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's like, man, hey man, I ain't just think that he was going to be, good enough to fight Regis Prograis at that weight. So I said, man, fuck it.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna let him do that.
Why let your fighter get a guaranteed? And this is the first time Bomac has done long-term planning. You see, he hasn't done that with Terence Crawford. He actually didn't take the short money and actually pulled it out. And now he got Maurice Hunter to a place where he can have a roadmap of what he wants to do with his career. Wow.
Shocking.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
My goodness, man. Oh, that's just bad all the way around. And now you got Terence Crawford out here fighting Kell Brook. And I mean, it is what it is with that one. That's happening in 2 weeks.
Brook looks good though.
He does look good. That's it. But I gotta see how he's going to get through rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 if it gets that far.
Hey, listen. I might talk to me next week about this fight.
Yeah. No, most definitely.
I might
Look. Hey, it ain't nothing but a phone call. It ain't nothing but a phone call. You know what I'm talking about. It ain't nothing but a phone call. So, hey, I feel you because I'm not too sold on Terence Crawford like a couple of these people are in reference to Terence Crawford. I'm like, yeah, he has some abilities, but to me, he's someone that's
not real.
Hey, I'll just say I'll just say that he's gonna soon go up against guys that are significantly bigger than him, and that his overall abilities won't be able to get him far enough. So that's my thing, and that's why I felt like so much that he should have fought Sean Porter, but I don't think that he wants to go forward with that. It's funny because he's like, "Oh, hey, Errol, when you gonna fight me, Errol? When you gonna fight me, Errol?" But when Sean Porter says, "Hey, I'm here, I'm available. What's up? What's good?" He's like, "Nah, now it's not the time." What?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, he might beat Sean Porter, but every time you fight Sean Porter, you know you've been in a fight. Sean Porter might not be the world's greatest fighter, but he's gonna get in that ass.
Yep.
And that's not how many guys would it say not to fight Sean Porter? He takes years off your career just with that style.
From the headbutt to what?
No, man. Hey, you what? Hey. Hey, are we talking about Mike Grady? Mike Grady must be having phone calls with Andre Berto. But hey, yeah. But my thing is, if you're Terrence Crawford from a business perspective, what would be the most lucrative fight that you could have right now that doesn't involve Errol Spence Jr.? I say it's against Sean Porter, because you're not going to fight Keith Thurman, and that whole thing between him and Keith Thurman, that was all false. Thanks to Matt for clearing all of that up.
Yeah. They're trying to make it seem like Keith Thurman. They lied their asses off on that man. Please.
10 million?
Yeah. And listen, if he didn't ask him 10 million, and they ain't offer what they said they did, because they don't offer him 7, he just took it.
Yeah.
He just took it just to beat that ass. Listen, Keith Thurman, I don't care. I know people like to joke on Keith Thurman now because he was inactive and they want to take down. But Keith Thurman was that dude in the welterweight division before there was a thing called Errol Spence Jr. All right? Errol Spence Jr. is following in Keith Thurman's footsteps. Errol Spence Jr. is doing what Keith Thurman already did. All right? So let's put some respect on Keith Thurman's name. And his name is better than Crawford. His name is better than Crawford.
Yeah. Yep.
We all know this. The same way anyway, ain't no goddamn pound for pound, but
come on. The
man I saw yesterday was getting his ass beat. I don't know them small dudes. I just put me a goddamn champion up that can throw punches and know how to move their head. That's better than Nonito Donaire. Give me a champion that's better than Nonito Donaire, and I think he'll beat anyway ass.
Well, allegedly, anyway, supposed to be fighting John Real Casimiro next. We'll see if they can make that fight.
Who?
Well, that just proves that he doesn't know the lower weight guys. Look, Inoue was supposed to fight John Real Casimiro in April in a unification bout, and that fell through because of the whole COVID thing. So that is, still, out there as a possibility. It's like either that, and like I said, here we go. You got Matt and the Boogie in the hood, son. Yo, son. Hey, listen. Hey, man. We got to get inside, man. I don't want you ducking some. Yo. But yeah, man, with the thing with Inoue, it's not like Inoue is going to fight Rigondeaux. You think that Bob Arum's going to allow that? Come on. He'll allow an Inoue versus Raleigh match. He probably feels like that's But other than that, nope. That's gonna be a no-go for him. And I don't see Inoue moving up to 122 either. Like that would be
He's going up there.
well, once he does, man, what's he gonna do? Fight Mike Plania?
Yeah.
Hey, we got more relevant boxers.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This guy, with his heavyweight slander. When he said he got followed anyway.
Oh wait, yo, he said some chick to hell. Who was that? Yeah. He was like, girl, bye. Oh man. Like he was about to talk about like, yo, boxing is done with you. I'm like, yo, you better watch out before he sends you straight to hell. It was gonna get real bad. Oh man.
Girl, bye.
Oh, but seeing as I was seeing if I could have got a guest on here, man, because I might have to send Terrell on assignment next week. Hopefully, I doubt that they'll do it, but they got the whole thing with the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame thing going on next weekend, so he might be able to get in with a couple of notable guys in the boxing game. But I'll talk to him later about that. But I feel like it's time, man. It's time to do it. I got to do it, man. So. So it's only fair for me to play the clip. So here we go. Come on, here we go.
The Bible tells us that silence is gold. But my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, what you don't understand, Steve, what you did is what my people deal with all the time. Someone cheating on providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. So in the first fight when Ricky Hatton was pulling down your gloves to put your fist in the improper position. Y'all tried the same method the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. It's impossible for a brand new 10-ounce glove to bend, to keep a smushed in form, or to have loose space. How to believe you put something hard in your glove, something the size and the shape of an egg weight. It's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in the egg weight form. And it left a dent in my face as well. But in the midst of it all, you still couldn't keep this king down. You would have had to kill me. In the end, it took a crab in a bucket referee and a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in just to stop me. Proverbs the 6th chapter 30, 31st says, excuses may be found from a thief who steals because he is starved. But if he is caught, he will have to pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he has to sell everything in his house. And payback is coming.
Yo, hold on, yo. I gotta play that again. Hold on.
The Bible tells us that silence is gold. But my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, But you don't understand, D. What you do is what you do all the time. Someone cheating them for providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. So in the first fight, we really have to with love to put your fist in the compound. Y'all tried the same message the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears.
Okay. Okay. Woo! Woo! Oh!
And that's the in my face as well.
Oh!
But in the midst of it all, you still could keep this food. You would have had to kill. In the end, it took a crafty bucket referee and a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in just to stop me. Proverbs the 6th chapter 31st says, excuses may be found from a thief who steals because he is starved. But if he is caught, he would have to pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he had to sell everything in his house. And payback was coming.
We fall down, but we get up. Woo! Woo, God! Oh!
I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for the third fight. You know, hopefully this
Oh!
But I'm ready for the third fight.
Oh my God! Yo!
I can't stand you. I can't stand it. Oh God. I swear to God.
He said, what you don't understand, thief. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
When I heard the video, it reminded me of one of my favorite songs. I'm gonna play it for you right now, J.R. I'm gonna say exactly what Deontay Wilder sounded like when I was listening to the video.
Word. Yo! Oh, God! Oh! Yo, that's all I wanted to.
I mean, he was angry.
Yo, give me that! Yo, what's that?
Don't get it for him. Don't get it for him.
Oh, no, I get so fucked. It took a disloyal, it took a crab in the bucket referee. And a disloyal trainer. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Hey, yeah, he's fine. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, this man sound like that in the fight. Yo, what you going on? But I love the video. Okay. I've been telling you, JR, that we're getting Wilder versus Fury 3 next. I've been saying it. You guys, no. Fury's fighting this guy, he's fighting this guy. Oh, the rematch clause ran out, blah, 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 blah. But now it's time to sell the fight. And that's all you see right here. So I know you want to rip Wilder, JR, but don't do it. For what? It's just going to sell the fight. It's storylines, baby. This is storyline. You know, I said this yesterday. You're going to hear this in the background. The trainer, who was once like a father figure, discarded and branded disloyal, now works on the other side of the ring against the man he once sends like a son. And then they're going to cut to Mark Greenwood. They're going to cut to Mark Greenwood sitting across from Mark Kriegel, interviewing him for this fight. I'm telling you.
How do you know he worked for the other side?
Oh, you know that's what's going to happen. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Boxing.
Oh. Yo.
This man couldn't script this shit better.
Terrell, you're on here, man.
Oh, no. Here we go.
So I'll be quick with on my initial reaction. Now, Matt, what's funny about Matt, I actually agree with you. I agree that, first of all, like I said, I question the timing of this statement by Wilder. He's been virtually silent for months, which is highly unusual for an outspoken person like him. But when you look past all the smoke, what is this all about? It's all about drawing attention back to Wilder Fury 3.
Exactly.
At that point, it's going to generate interest once again to pay. We forgot about this. We had forgotten about the rematch, but you know what? Let's draw attention to it. Let's create a controversy, which we have seen time and time again in boxing. And from that point, it's going to draw all the interest. And once again, probably in early 2021, when fans are allowed in the ring, it's going to polarize everyone, and that this consists a theory that's going to continue to build. And once again, what does that do? And translate into pay-per-view numbers.
Yeah, and it's like translate into these people wanting to see that angry black man, that race baiter, Deontay Wilder, get his ass beat. So they're gonna travel their dumb asses all the way from the UK over to wherever they hold these fight at again, just to see Wilder get beat.
Yo, that background music. That background music, man, it was almost like, what was that sad piano music? Oh goodness.
Even at this point, we know that he's already saying that he wants to fight some patchy in the third. We get that. But keep in mind what people forget about, that him and the Joshua camp signed whatever deal with basically amounts to a promise of fight. That means at that point, so much stuff can happen in between that. So, I mean, it's so much money on the table in regards to between Wilder Fury 3, even the Joshua Wilder, the Joshua Fury potential matchup. So, I mean, it's crazy. These guys already made a ton of money this year, just rematch alone. But when you make that kind of money, and you have a chance to make that again, of course you're going to make that same money again. And regardless of the outcome, even if Wilder loses the rematch, second rematch, he's going to walk away with another 30, 40 million, and he can retire from that point. So why not go out there and create a controversy? Why not?
Well, you better win the third fight, first of all. Let's not go too crazy now. He's not going to get hit in the back of the head in the third round again. Okay? And he's not going to have that crab in the bucket, Kenny Bayless, who was, first of all, Kenny Bayless. Okay? He brings back the soundtrack. JR is back. This is the real JR that we've known over the years. He's back, y'all. He's back.
Yo.
He's back.
Yo, just playing that audio clip, man. Yo.
Don't let it
Man, I can't do it. I can't. I'm trying to.
You can't play it.
No, I can't bring myself to play it again. I can't, yo.
You don't want to.
Oh God.
What y'all thought about that other match where the dude he got deducted 2 points?
Which one are we talking about?
Somebody
In the top rank?
which part?
Yeah.
I guess so, but
Yeah, that was the top rank card. And he ended up winning the fight.
The pre-match.
that shit was so funny.
That's top rank. I mean, what do you expect?
Oh, Robson, Consequal. Yeah. Yeah, that was that fight.
But I think Concierge was getting the better out of the exchanges. The ref shouldn't have took them 2 points away.
Yeah, over the course of the fight.
A knockdown plus 2 points. And the dude still got he won every round and then lost those, 3 points.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you, Mike. I cannot muster up the energy to give a damn.
Did you watch it, man?
Absolutely not.
Oh, yo, Matt. I should add another audio clip. I should add that Stephen A. Smith joint. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. We don't care.
Before I got the way to watch it, you want to get Davis fight.
Yeah,
Would that shit work a pay-per-view to y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's black. God damn it.
That too. But the whole card was actually exciting. Like what?
So just because it's an exciting card, does that mean we should pay $64 for an exciting card?
You pay for entertainment. You ever been to the strip club?
I'm a nice, wholesome gentleman.
Don't we can't bring up that whole thing with porn again.
No.
With what?
That whole segment talking about watching porn. We know you're a wholesome guy, Mike. We know you're a wholesome guy.
I don't remember what we.
Unlike Matt, he's like, you damn right I watch porn. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Grown ass man, dog. Oh yeah, but yeah, that was on there. Jared Anderson washed another dude. So because
Jared Anderson, we gotta stop putting all these fights available for the public to watch. Like, what happened to the days of building people off camera? I was
dark matches.
Last week. Yeah, I was watching Usyk Jones III.
Oh my God! Oh,
the worst fights I've seen. I'm like, yo.
Oh my God!
I was watching an action card this weekend. It was just one of the worst cards I've ever seen. The Usyk Chisora.
Yeah, that Usyk Chisora card. Man, of course it was horrible. We didn't see Dave Allen.
Exactly.
The love machine.
Showtime had the best telecast today. Not only were all the fights exciting, they started at 9 and everything was over within 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that was my thing with after that co-feature bout. I was like, yo, they might actually end this thing before 12. Before 12, yo. Yeah.
Because now you have the whole East Coast still awake talking about what they just saw.
Yep.
Instead of fighting to stay awake, fucking Top Rank started their show at what, 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
And it ran all the way till
11:15.
That's ridiculous. Get out.
Yo, that was like that first card that they had in June with Shakur Stevenson as the main event.
Oh my God.
Yo, man, I still have that live video there where I had that first fight on, and that was only like one round, and then the next fight didn't happen until about an hour 15 minutes later. I'm like, come on, man.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that can't happen, man.
They would have ended that card by 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Ended it by 9 o'clock. Have Inoue get seen by as many eyeballs as freaking possible.
Yeah, he wanted to say, he wants to have a presence in America. Well, he can't have a presence in America if half of America is asleep or watching the other fight.
So,
yeah.
I think what's his name will beat him too though. There's one dude I do know. Jawbreaker will beat him.
Yeah.
He'll beat him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But
Bob Arum knows that, and because he knows that, he's not going to have that fight happen.
But my thing is,
still good.
Yeah, he is. My thing is, anyway, you're telling me that Inoue is better skill-wise than Gervonta Davis.
No.
Not. So how the fuck is Inoue number 3, number 4 pound for pound, and Gervonta Davis ain't scratching them?
Because his resume. He has a very good resume for people that follow the lower weight classes. Now here's the thing about Inoue. I don't have Inoue as high as other people pound for pound because I feel like he should have fought a couple of the guys at 115, the big four. He should have fought Chocolatito, Juan Francisco Estrada. He should have fought Smith Kessler or Carlos Quadras. Now, he didn't do any of that for various reasons. It is what it is with that. I'm not gonna knock him for that. He went into the WBSS, but you have to fight your rivals.
But here's the other thing too on that. Like you have those guys there at super flyweight, right? But not only that, he skipped a whole division in flyweight before he entered super flyweight and had like 1 or 2 fights and defended the super flyweight title, then moved up to bantamweight for that tournament. So you didn't just miss all the guys at super flyweight, you missed all the guys at flyweight too.
Exactly.
You do talk about he's gonna be exposed. That's what I'm hearing. Same way with everybody else.
To me, Gonier already exposed him. Like I keep telling people, Gonier cracked his shit open. Okay, Gonier damn near knocked his eye out, gave the man double vision. So to me, I think once somebody could crack that eye, I think they could beat him. But the problem is, Inoue is a very good offensive fighter, and he's very, very powerful. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have to walk through hell to get to him, and that's why, to me, he's very hard to beat. Because how many guys, especially at that weight, are willing or equipped to walk through that fire? Not many.
Yeah, you got to have a few guys that don't give a fuck.
At 122. I know people laugh at that. People laugh at Brandon Figueroa, but Brandon Figueroa,
he has a link
on him.
He has a link,
and he got a chin. Mm-hmm. And he got a chin. So to me, Brandon Figueroa would be the fight at 122 that I think would be tough to Inoue because he's tall, he has a chin, and he has a lot of length. People want to see Inoue versus Luis Nery. Nery, I haven't been impressed with him since he's been with Reynoso. I think he's going through the broad things right now.
Yeah.
I haven't been impressed. Rigo, I don't think he's going to fight Rigo. I would love it. Casemiro could crack him, but Casemiro, I don't think he's too sloppy offensively.
Right.
So where I think that Inoue could catch him, and then it'll be lights off him.
We talking about Inoue. We did talk about Inoue.
We were talking about Inoue. I mean, you brought him up. I thought we were done talking about him.
Yeah.
All right. I'm listening back. I was being sensational.
Well, I mean, it'll be interesting. I want to see what Top Rank does for him, because if you look at a lot of the guys Inoue can fight, none of them are with Top Rank. They're all with PDC or they're all with Natural. So we need to see what the roadmap for Inoue is. If he follows the same script that he followed at 115 pounds, I would not be impressed, because to me, his run at 115 was just as bad as Lomachenko's run at featherweight. So I guess we will see what happens.
Yep, exactly.
And then the dude they talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he did beat Omar Narvaez, who hasn't lost in a while, but I think Omar Narvaez was, first one, he was 39 when they fought. And second of all, I thought he was widely overrated at the time because he was following the WBO pipeline, where you get fed a bullshit title without fighting really hard opposition. Now, Inoue does have some legit wins over Ryoichi Taguchi. He's a good fighter, good Japanese fighter. David Carmona, was that a great fighter? No, not really, but he's a decent fighter. And then he has the victories in the WBSS, which to me is what put him in the pound-for-pound conversation. A lot of people think he should have been pound-for-pound, but I think that once he entered the WBSS, that's what really drove him to the forefront.
Right, because I mean, even at the run at super flyweight, like fighting the guys like was, you said like you had the win of Carmona, but other than that, Kohei Kona, Ricardo Rodriguez, Joan Boyo, like nah. Yeah, Jared Punley in there. Yeah, so
Probably some Thai guys.
yeah, probably, but for some reason, Ring Magazine has Inoue at number 2 pound for pound. So hey,
yeah, I don't have him that high. I would put him ahead of Usyk because I haven't been impressed with Usyk in the last couple years. I think pound for pound should really focus on recency bias as well as resume, but I think more recent should have a greater impact, which is why I have Errol Spence very high, because I think Errol Spence has one of the better recent resumes in boxing. Canelo obviously does his thing. Crawford, not as much, as I don't have him number 1 like everybody else, but I think a lot of these guys have good resumes recently, and Inoue, he's in there for now because of the WBSS. So let's see what Top Rank does with him.
yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm waiting for his fight against Casemiro next year, because it's either Casemiro or Bali. That's it. Yeah, that's the thing. If they can make it, because Casemiro. Yep.
He's with PBC now.
Yep.
Let's see if he can make it.
Yep. That's it. So all of that remains to be seen how that's gonna turn out. But other than that, man, I thought I was gonna have someone on the show. They wanted to talk about some fight card that was happening in Tampa or St. Pete, but they weren't able to get on the line. It's just like a few, like a card to support what's happening during the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. So you'll have what is it? A Kelly, or was that Kelly Reyes versus Candy Wyatt as part of the card? But they'll have like other fighters that'll be featured on there. I'll have to forward it on to the chat to like show you like what that fight card is going to be. So there's that. But other than that, there's really not much action next week. Oh, wait a minute, Frank Sanchez is fighting.
Yeah, Luis Ortiz is fighting.
Yeah, you have that little Ortiz Flores. That's on Fox. Is that on Fox or FS1? That's the Fox. Yeah, that's the Fox. Oh, great. Carlos Negron on that card. Oh, wow. Yeah. So the main event is Luis Ortiz versus Alexander Flores, and you got Frank Sanchez going up against Brian Howard. Why don't they have Frank Sanchez versus Luis Ortiz? Like, yeah. I don't know, but I thought Frank Sanchez called Luis Ortiz out. So,
yeah.
So yeah, that'd be interesting out there, man. But yeah, there's that, and of course, we don't care about this whole Devin Haney versus Yuriorkis Gamboa.
No.
Oh man. Yeah, when he capped on that Gary Russell fight. Yep.
He really does sound like Terrell said, like a Porsche poodle.
Oh man. Oh man. You mean to tell me that they're gonna have a rematch between Andrew Maloney and Joshua Franco? Man.
Yeah.
Yo, Franco might send him to hell this time. He might send him to hell.
I hope so. It was a decent fight, but it was good for Corona times.
Yeah.
Shit about that fight now. For Corona times, it was good. Like you got nothing to watch. But shit is back now.
Yeah.
About that fight now.
Like you said, one of those dark matches.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I want to see these fucking 115-pound guys who's not even one of the top guys in the division fight each other on my TV. I want to see that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you got that and some. Oh, don't tell me that whatchamacallit got another card that won't do much either. Yeah, Matchroom has another card. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that women's boxing triple header joint.
I got so many disrespectful things I want to say right now about this boxing, but I'm not going to.
Is that because you heard about the news about your?
I'm happy for him.
Okay.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Sorry, though.
What's happening with Clarissa Shields?
We'll talk about it.
Hey, no, we're not gonna. Hey, this time, not only are we not gonna talk about the past, but we're also not gonna talk about the future. So.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and what was it? Oh shoot, that Franchon Cruz is supposed to be
talking about is what's going on with your boxing coverage, man.
Oh,
The weekend for me.
oh. So yeah. So apparently, Mr. Matt sent me news about a thing that happened. I guess. What is it? Over the past 10 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
That there's news about a certain person that might have to change his Twitter handle. if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because not even, man, how it ain't even been what, 6 months? It ain't even.
I don't know how long it's been.
It's been about 4 or 6 months.
Been a year, no?
I don't know if it's been a year, but
I think it's been a year now. I think it's been a year. Cause remember this guy, he was there when Dan was still there, and then they phased Dan out, and then he took over as the main boxing writer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he was there for a while, but he sucks. You know, I'm not gonna blast him. I'm not gonna talk about his racist history because all that don't matter. What matters to me is I don't click on his shit because of how he is, who he is, the way he covered the sport of boxing has turned me off as a fan. So why the worldwide leader in sports? Why do you have that guy as your main boxing writer when you have someone like Dan Rayfield? Yeah, people make fun of Dan because, people make fun of fat people. It is what it is. But Dan Rayfield, to me, was the best thing about ESPN boxing. He had the Friday chat, he had the notebook, he had the meticulous schedule that he kept up with. And Steve Kim is a bum. He's a lazy bum.
He's a bum. He's a bum.
How are you shirtless at a fucking professional press conference?
That's right. How?
Shirtless.
Yeah, listen.
What does that mean, shirtless?
Like actually shirt. Listen. All right. So this is what I told you.
He had a shirt and bow tie. Yeah.
No. So I'm gonna bring on 267 on with me because I kind of like told him about this while it's happening. So after the Lomachenko Lopez fight, you had the post-fight press conference and was partially Zoom meeting, partially a few people there in attendance at Las Vegas that were covering the fight. So the thing is like when you're on there and you're asking questions, like what they'll do through Top Rank and Evan Korn is they'll put you on camera. So while you're asking a question, you're on camera, so everybody can see you, whether it's on YouTube later on down the line or live, or those that are on site. And why is it that if you're the guy that's supposed to be representing ESPN boxing, that you go on camera like you're about 2 seconds away from falling asleep, going into the covers, and you don't have a shirt on? That is unprofessional, bro. That's absolutely unprofessional. And they also have a couple of other people that do cover the sport on ESPN that were on that call that know better. But you're supposed to be the guy that takes over for Dan Rayfield, and this is how you present yourself? Nah, that ain't gonna fly.
So he was at home.
Yeah, he was at home, but he was at home, like he was completely comfortable.
Are we talking about Steve?
Yes, we're talking about Steve. Yes.
Yeah. Who likes Steve? We're all under this line of work. Nobody likes Steve.
Nobody.
And I'll go on record saying it to Jamil Parker, YSM Sports Media. Nobody likes Steve. It's nobody. And I think the reason why they moved forward with Steve instead of Dan is because Dan carries a hefty price tag.
That's it.
Steve doesn't.
Well, guess what? They got what they paid for, and ESPN's boxing coverage has been shit since Dan was let go. And now it's over for Steve Kim. He's out of the job with ESPN. Now they're going to be. He's done.
Oh, we did that.
How do you know he got fired?
Okay. Well, he's telling people he quit. But the point is he's not really
Are you telling me if I can celebrate?
Not yet. Let's see who they replace him with. You know,
Huh?
like I was.
No, man. Steve's a racist, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Steve's a racist, and man, fuck that. I'm sorry, JR. I'm about to pop a bottle. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, listen. Yeah, we got the rum, we got the vodka, we got the and we got all that, man. So
Like, what was the phone? This Terrell?
it's Mike Brady.
Oh, okay. Mike, Steve's not a cool dude. Like, you may not know, like, the ins and outs. He's not. Okay. Put it like this, with certain groups of folks,
He refers to black people as like some demographic, the dummy graphic. He said that all Cubans should be sent back to Cuba on a boat. He's just.
Where is
Man.
oh man, where's the clip? Oh man, I gotta find the clip. I gotta find the clip. I gotta find
it. Shows you how detached ESPN is from what boxing fans want or their overall consumer.
Because you know what it is? ESPN probably thought that what goes on boxing Twitter is the majority of boxing fans, when it's really not. Boxing Twitter is just its own little bubble. The casual fans are what rules boxing. They don't want to hear the negativity, the little racist now remarks. They just want straight up and down what's the news, what's the rumors, what's the fight. Why should we be excited about these fights? And to me, Dan Raphael, for the most part, was someone who could do it. So I think ESPN, I was saying they should bring Dan back, but I think that there may be an even better choice for ESPN's lead boxing writer. And I think that this guy is probably the hardest working boxing writer that we have in the business. And no one can accuse him of being biased. I think he's universally loved on all sides. I'm talking about Mr. Boxing Team, Jake Donovan.
Yeah, that would be the next guy in line. And he's been on a good amount of things there for at least Top Rank in the ESPN side. But let me see if I could get this thing on.
Oh man!
You think that's him, Matt?
Yeah. I can't. Listen, I don't like the guy. He's racist. One time he said about black people, they're so lazy they can't even Google certain stuff. But again, when you're dealing with the dummy graphic,
That shit is funny. I will say.
Like, come on, man. This guy, man. Listen, Jake Donovan.
What medium did you tell him fuck you?
Yeah.
Huh?
What medium did you tell him fuck you on?
Oh, that was on the thing for one of these podcasts. That was before the Charlo pay-per-view.
Oh, got you. You didn't say to him. You said it online.
Yeah. But it's a classic. It's a classic motherfucking line, though.
He can call the CDC a multi-million-dollar welfare system that caters to the lowest common denominator of society.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And
You saying they were Twitter or something?
Yeah.
Yo, I wish World Rank was on here because his handle is 7 Year Bad Boxing Opinions, and Steve Kim definitely has a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Definitely has a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, it's time for me to troll Steve.
No. You don't want to troll someone who's in their job, but I'm not gonna wish him well.
Karma,
Man, you don't know me. You don't know me well. Dude, I'm about to get my KD on.
Yo.
Personally, I don't know with him on Twitter.
Yeah. Yo, yeah, Jake Donovan. I was thinking about, like either Jake Donovan or Adam Abramowitz or maybe a Gail Falkenthal, someone like that to replace Steve Kim if you're not gonna bring Dan Rayfield back.
Yeah.
Or Keith Idec, but Keith Idec is with Yahoo.
Yes. Yeah. No, he's with CBS Showtime, isn't he?
Yeah, CBS Showtime. Yeah, that's right.
He already in the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you said CBS Showtime, then that means he's under contract for Viacom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not letting
Jake Donovan's the guy. Jake Donovan's the guy. He writes so many damn articles that I actually read. He has a good personality on social media. He's very interactive,
Right.
with the fans. I haven't seen much of him on camera, but he was on camera during the pandemic outbreak, I remember. But to me, that's the guy who we should push for as boxing fans, because you're going to get straight up coverage. You're going to get the news, you're going to get the notes, and you're not going to get it from a place of these weird biases that you see on all these websites.
I have a question for you, Matthew. Real quick,
Yeah.
Jay, can I get this in?
Yep.
When are we going to get a boxing update on YouTube? Like a rumor report on YouTube?
Never.
I'm a tuber. I'm not getting a proper rumor report on the platform that I enjoy.
I'll be honest with you. I just like talking shit on Twitter. I've kind of grown addicted to it. I like Twitter better as a medium more than anything. It's just the immediacy. Most people, I feel like, I think honestly, you might be on something with YouTube. I think video is the next wave when it comes to the media coverage. You know what? I gotta look at it, man.
And get a Patreon account.
What? Is that like OnlyFans?
Patreon only fan for God.
Man, I never forgive you. You be online showing your ass.
Oh boy. That would be bad, hilarious, yeah. But yeah, you need like a rumor report.
Y'all think while it's working.
Oh man. Look. Wow. Hey Jay,
Yo,
let me ask you this, right?
yo.
The hypocrisy of boxing fans, and I really wanted to touch on this with you, right? So the narrative I kept hearing last night is even though even though Leo was the taller, longer, and if you look at frame-wise, shoulders and all that, the bigger man, somehow Tank was the bigger man because he missed the weights and Tank was weight bullied, right? So they're not giving Tank the credit for being a fighter that was 37-1-1. Okay, but meanwhile, if Canelo would have beat Floyd, or 147 pounder would beat Floyd, they weren't going to say, oh, you beat 130 pounder. If Triple G beat Canelo, they wouldn't say, oh, you beat 147 pounder, because that's what Canelo started at, 140 or 147. If Earl Spence would have fought Terrence Crawford after he beat Jeff Horn, when people have said, oh, you really beat 135 or beat 140 pounds. So why should Earl give him a shot if that's going to be the narrative that they give off to certain dudes?
You also had the whole thing about when Boss Lomachenko fought Guillermo Rigondeaux and got the win over Guillermo Rigondeaux. Did anyone say that he fought someone that was 2 divisions lower? Or did they say that he watched Rigondeaux and that he's a pound for pound great?
Yeah, go watch Kinko.
Yep.
So basically, what you're saying is it depends on who they like. So the hatred thanks to boxing is how they are going to narrate how fans are supposed to feel, which is why guys like you, Jamil, guys like JR, you guys are very important to putting out there like the positive stuff that's going on in boxing.
Yeah, you're right, man. I feel you. It's just crazy how that's the narrative, but those same guys will tell you to move up in weight and challenge yourself. Well, why am I going to fight somebody that's going to move up in weight if I'm not going to get full credit for it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I'm any dude from BBC, ain't no point to fight Butter because he's 135 pounds.
Basically.
If that's but meanwhile, if Tank fights Teofimo, if he fights Devin Haney, if he fights Ryan Garcia, they will give credit for all those other guys. But in reality, they'd be 126 pounds. If we want to shape like they do, if we want to use that same logic to get to him,
right?
Why should Teo want to fight him? He's 126 pounds. Teo's a natural 135.
Actually, I think he's a natural 140.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, they got to cook him down to get to 135.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, if Teo beats Tank, they're not going to complain because people don't like Tank. So it's just a matter of who these guys like, that they'll craft whatever narrative it is to make who they like look better. That's all it is, basically.
Right. They want to see certain guys lose. So they only want them to go up in matchups that they don't know they're going to lose. Like, just ridiculous matchups. Like, oh yeah, Tank should go up and fight Josh Taylor. He's missing weight. Shit like that.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing about, part of the hypocrisy in boxing is that they want to give so much favoritism towards certain guys, but if other guys were doing the same thing, they just blast them, and that's a prime example right there. Because they're like, oh, Leo Santa Cruz is this, and he was he's just a guy that coming out from 122. And I'm like, man. Like, y'all wouldn't have said that. Like, what would have happened if Leo Santa Cruz won that fight?
Yeah. Yeah. He's a high guy, he's exposed, blah, blah, blah. You know the narrative, man.
Yep.
And just listen, you guys got to change this stuff.
I feel you, but how do we change somebody's heart?
It's gonna take constant. You got to put the content out there. I think that these boxing fans that we see now, they're from a generation of Steve Kims, Michael Monteros. They're from a generation of the Teddy Atlases. They're from a generation of the curmudgeons that complain about everything in boxing. So if we could start weeding these people out, and that's why I'm happy that Kim doesn't have that big ESPN platform no more. If we could start weeding these people out, eventually guys like you, guys like JR, could show these new boxing fans how to think and how to consume the sport. We had an exciting night of boxing last night. Very exciting night of boxing last night. You had anyway, you had Usyk versus Chisora. You had the whole Showtime card. That was a great night of boxing. And we got a lot more great nights of boxing to look forward to. December 5th is gonna be crazy.
Oh man,
You got Seth versus Danny, and then you got King Rob versus Luke Campbell on the same night, and they're not gonna overlap. So these nights of boxing are coming, and we got to put that out there and let the people know what they should be looking for.
Man, hey Matt, dang man, you talk about Michael Montero like he's the Clay Travis of boxing.
Yeah, listen, enough of these guys. It's time for the new boxing media to take over. Nobody cares about haters no more. Nobody cares about me haters no more. Me, you, Bushido's boxing, H-Money, this is his own.
It's me, H-Money, Mr. The Zone.
Mr. The Zone.
Oh,
H-Money might be the most entertaining dude in all of future.
Well, it's either that, cause it can't be Mr. All right, man, look.
Yo, I gotta say this, right? I feel like we need to be careful as black men with the image that we give out to the world. And I feel like a lot of these guys on YouTube do stuff and aren't really thinking about the consequences.
Yeah.
So like how we are perceived is very important. And
I hear what you're saying with that, but it's unfortunate that we have to still think this way. Why can't everyone just be themselves? Not every black person, we're not all going to think lockstep about all issues. We're not going to all act the same. We don't hear white people say, hey, listen, you sound kind of like there, buddy. Don't do that. They don't think about these things. But we are still at the point, even in 2020, where we have to be cognizant of how we're behaving because we don't want to bring like some type of like negative connotation to our people.
So you're 100% correct, but let's just be honest, Every time we step out of the doors, every time we turn on the phone, we don't, they represent themselves. We represent
everybody.
The whole entire race.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
And that's funny because you have like a term of like, we're not a monolith, but when we're viewed by other people think that we are a monolith. Like, come on, man.
I feel like you got one black guy. You see? What? This is with him. Like, yo, bro, that's it. He loves her. Maybe the next guy does it. Maybe the next guy does. Maybe the next guy doesn't. We can all have our different opinions and be individuals, even though we share the same element. And we're the only race of people that has to deal with that.
Yep. No one else has that. And that's just nuts. And we gotta, go through all that crap, man.
So Matt, you thinking on what should be or what actually is? That's what I think.
I'm speaking on what should be. He's speaking on what it is. I already know what you're coming from. I'm speaking on what it should be, and it's still a shame, That fucking Ice Cube is Ice Cube's fault. I another day.
I don't know if it's gonna be a topic for another day. We'll have to see in the next couple of weeks, or at least next week. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much most of what I had as far as like the content for this particular podcast, man. And we'll get it cracking on November 8th. Here at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, man. And
Hey, Jay, before you go, is the Gary Burchelt thing, is that real?
Nah, I don't think it's real. Gary was trying to pursue it, but I don't think he's gonna be able to fully go through it. We'll see, because I talked with him on, what was that? That was Wednesday, because I talked with Otto Waleem Thursday. So I talked with him on Wednesday. And he's trying to pursue it. I think he should go full fledged with it, because it would put the ball on Burchell's court, and have him thinking about something else while he's supposed to be fighting Oscar Valdez. So why not move up?
Why the Burchell is fighting a featherweight thing with Oscar Valdez, the same thing in Leo Santa Cruz.
True.
It's literally the same situation.
Yep. So that's my thing about it. So we'll see how that materializes later on down the line on there. But like I say, you have the same thing. We're going to be back at it next week, November 8th. Talking about what happened on November 7th or whatever it is. Y'all just catch everything on the podcast. It's going to be available on iTunes. And like I said, at the end of every show, the point of boxing is to hit and not get hit, not to stand and trade. On that note, folks, I'm out. But I think I might have another message. Hold on.
Fuck you and fuck boxing, brother.
And I'm out. Have a good evening, everybody.